Welcome to the Monday Kickoff, everyone. Hope you guys are having an amazing start of the week. As usual, guys, in today's video, we're gonna have a full breakdown of all of the events coming to Raid Shadow Legends. And we do have a pretty eventful week. We have a new update coming in a couple of days, which will introduce, of course, Super Raids for campaign. We're gonna have the Hydra Insta Battles, which is something that most likely a lot of us are looking forward to. We're gonna have new clan relics, a bunch of other things, and of course, we're gonna have one of the biggest baits that they've done in the last 1 month or so. And that's because they are going to give us a lot of summoning events starting tomorrow. And I have a feeling that they will announce the fusion in the next couple of days as well. So be prepared. Summoning for these upcoming events will not give you any points in any events whatsoever. You're not gonna get points for the Tea Party Titan event because we're pretty much done with it, more or less. Most likely in the next not Summon Rush Champion Chase tournament, we're gonna get some more, which will happen on Friday. But till then, nothing is related to any summoning events, okay? Then, as I mentioned, the fusion is around the corner. It might be an amazing fusion. It might be some trashy fusion. If I remember it correctly, last Halloween, we actually had Queen Ancora and King Narcissus. Ancora was the fusion, absolutely amazing. And then Narcissus became a guaranteed at some point. They might be doing another awesome couple. This was actually a pretty solid one. Or they might not. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe they were not introduced for Valentine's. I know I'm always saying Halloween for Valentine's. I don't know why. I have a feeling that I said Halloween before. I meant to say Valentine's, guys. Not Halloween. That's far, far away. Either way, I think they were the couple that was added for Valentine's. Now, before we dive into talking about the events, the summoning events that will happen tomorrow, I just quickly want to give you a reminder. Make sure you guys head over to the clan quests. If you haven't completed yours, make sure you guys do it. If you need to pick up any, if you gotta purchase anything from the clan shop, we have energy in here, we have silver, we have accuracy charms, which are actually pretty helpful. And of course, you have stroke gear right here. I'm not sure when we're gonna reach level 21, 25, or the new levels for the new relics. If you guys watched the previous video that I dropped from the test server, we need to reach level 30 or 29 to unlock all of the other rewards. Most likely, they will introduce some other content that will give us clan XP. If not, most likely it's going to take us 3, 4, 5 years to reach level 30. And that's for an endgame clan. I'm not even talking about the other clans that might take 200 years at this rhythm, right? Make sure you guys are checking your bazaar as well. Maybe you had a reset. I just had mine, so good reminder for me as well because I actually forgot about it. Getting close to get a Void Shard. We're going to get the Rarity Charms. And yeah, this is different for pretty much everybody. So make sure you guys keep an eye on it. Either way, we have a Sand Devils turn attack that started yesterday. I actually already completed mine. I picked up the Prism Crystals. We're going to get to it in just a second. We will have a Soul Chase tournament. Now, they haven't announced the 2x on Soul Stones. We had them last week, if I remember it correctly. So I'm 1000% that they're not going to do another 2x with this, especially that they haven't announced it. So basically, if you have some Soul Stones and you want to open them for the Soul Chase tournament, feel free to do it. Personally, I would most likely suggest you to keep them for either the next 2x, either the next Deck of Fate that will require us to open Soul Stones, or who knows, even a Path of Light event. Definitely better than just dumping them in a Soul Chase tournament, even though most likely they will bait us with pretty good rewards. We're going to have a Queen's Fury tournament starting tomorrow, which once again is good because I like to farm the new event dungeon, so at least I'm getting something on the side. We have a Fire Knight tournament. I haven't even started doing it. I'm definitely going to go for the Titan points, and most likely I'm going to try to go for the first place to get Regal Masks, just to try and get a second Cat's Case, because it's just too freaking OP. Champion Training Tournament, it will give you a 5-star soul for the cat right here. I'm not going for it, to be honest. I don't have the champion, so it's going to be pretty pointless. Most likely, I'm going to dip at 12,000 points. I'll see what these guys are doing, if they're planning to go for the soul. If they are, I'm not going to stress. I'm definitely not going to fight for 50 materials and reach 20, 30k points for that, because it's going to be pretty pointless. Then, if we are talking about events, guys, we have the Dungeon Diver event, which will end in 1 day. While we are getting some materials from here as well, if you haven't completed that just yet. We have a gear enhancement event, which is already pretty much done. And we have a Prism Crystal event. So we have the Knave of Hearts as the headline champion, and we have decentish champions right here. So Korogar probably is one of the best, in my opinion, from there. Opardin pretty solid as well. Sneak Track, Krokmar, Artak, of course. Mortumaka, which lost a lot of value in the current meta. And Bivald is okay as a provoker for the Hydra, kind of like a mid-tier provoker, in my opinion. And Bells, he kind of like, block buffs. I prefer Ugo, the epic champion, over it. So let's do one summoning here, get our usual epic champion. Oh, we actually got the first legendary. This is the first time we are getting a legendary from the free crystal events, the Prism Shards. These ones I've actually gotten from the Sand Devils Necropolis, and it's the very first time I'm pulling a legendary from them. There you go. They do exist. They do exist. So we got a Krokmar. I'm actually going to empower my other one. I have already 2 more copies of him. Yeah, definitely not bad whatsoever. I cannot complain about that. Now, moving on to the upcoming summoning events, guys. This Tuesday, February 4th, they're planning to launch an extra event from Ancient Shards. You're already familiar with the mechanics. If you summon a legendary champion from an Ancient Shard during this event, you'll get a different extra one from the same shard. It works only once per user. So basically, if you're close to the Mercy, guys, and you feel like YOLOing 10, 20 Ancient Shards, go and do it. You might get a legendary out of it and then a free one. If you're not close to the Mercy, you gotta be extremely lucky to pull a legendary first, and I would probably recommend you to hold, because the next fusion might be good, might be bad, I have no idea. You might require to summon more during the weekend in the champ chase to get more points, to get the Cat's Gaze, which is absolutely mandatory. And that's about it. Now, of course, next to this, we will have another event. Also, on Tuesday, February 4th, they are planning to launch a progressive chance event, giving you at least a 15x chance to summon the champions of your dreams from Ancient, Primal, Sacred, and Void Shards. We have a lot of champions on the list, starting with the very first one, which is Son Wukong. Absolutely amazing champion. One of the best free champions we ever got in the game, and he's just nuts. Still the GOAT, to be honest. Very good for PvP, very good for PvE. So that's about it. I would love 4 more copies of this one to empower mine to +4, but yeah, keep on dreaming, Skratch. Then, we actually have some very nasty champions. I'm not gonna lie, we have some nasty champions. I'm super tempted to summon, but I'm gonna get to it in a second. Then the next one we have on the list is going to be Lady Kimi, guys. Still a pretty awesome champion. I tried her in the Chimera quite a bit. I think she does have some utility. She does bring the decreased speed, decreased accuracy, thermometer, block buffs, increased accuracy, increased speed, which is really, really nice. Definitely not a bad champion whatsoever, and you can still use her for arena, of course. Then we have Feral. Who wouldn't like a freaking Feral? I know you would. I actually would love a second one for my second Hydra team. Very crazy champion. One of the best champions for the Hydra clan boss in the entire game. The decreased accuracy, the block buffs, increased resistance, perfect veil. You have the passive, which will boost your stats, will boost your damage. Absolutely freaking amazing. You want to build him on a 9-piece protection, FYI. Then, moving on to the next one, guys. This is going to be Bells the Reckoner. Surprised that he is on the list, considering that we have him on the Prism Crystal event. So, where is Bells hiding? I already have him. I think I just haven't summoned him from the fragments. I mean, look, guys. I'm not saying he's trash early mid-game, but personally, I would use Ugo, an epic champion, over him in the Hydra clan boss for block buffs and defense down and cleanse and leech on the A1. That's pretty much all that I have to say about him. Then we have King Gyalkabar. King Gelkabar does bring a lot of healing. You have block buffs on all enemies. Poisons as well. Removes all buffs and places the poisons. Continuous heals. Decentish champion. In my opinion, King Gelkabar is kind of like a mid-tier champion. Not OP, not completely trash either. Then moving on to the next one, we have Lady Noelle. I think this is the first time we have her on a summoning event. I still think she's pretty badass as a champion. I still haven't built mine, to be honest. Good speed aura for arena battles. I like the revive. The revive is one of the best revives in the entire game. You have this skill right here, which is pretty nice. Shame that she pairs with Sir Nicholas, which is pretty damn useless, right? But she can be nice in the Chimera. She can be nice in quite a few different areas. Pairing her with what's his name? With my god, Opardin Clanfather is actually a pretty solid combo for the Chimera. Then we have Supreme Galek. Supreme Galek was in my Hydra teams for a long time. He does bring you the HP burn, the block buffs, the decreased speed, increased attack, good damage, very nice passive as well on the champion. Still a solid one. I don't think he's necessarily one of the best Hydra damage dealers nowadays, but considering how much utility he brings next to the damage, he's definitely a GOAT. So, out of the Supreme champions, he's the best anyway. I said it from day one. A lot of you guys took a dump on me saying that it's not true, but I guarantee you he is the best, and I'm not going to change my mind. Moving on to the next one. Payday. Now, I'm very tempted to get this freaking champion. But honestly, we have a better one on Wednesday. So he's an amazing champion for the arena. For the Hydra clan boss, for the Chimera. Maybe even for arena in some situations, but to be honest, not as much. So you have increased resistance, perfect veil, decreases the cooldown of all active skills. This is honestly really powerful. You have the block buffs, decreased speed, turn meter on your allies, turn meter from the A1. Very nice passive as well. I'm a big fan. It's gonna be hard to decide if I'm gonna go for him or if I'm going to go for the other champion. On Wednesday, February 5th, once again, a 15x. And we're going to start with Patrick. I don't know why, but I summoned in 1 week 3 of them. I don't know how that even happened, to be honest. I guess he just loved me. Speed aura for dungeon battles. He can be used in arena. He can be used in Hydra. He can be used in dungeons as well. Pretty solid. You have turn meter. You have the ally attack. You have the clans. The increased speed. Sorry, the turn meter is on this skill rather than on this one. This restores the destroyed max HP and continuous heals. And he buffs with the passive every time he takes a turn, which is really nice. And the A1 decreases the cooldown of skills. Very solid champion. Hydra clan boss, as I mentioned, a GOAT. Even in the Chimera, I see absolutely no reason why you could not use him as an ally attack champion support, considering that he does so much. I just wish his speed aura would have been 19% in all battles, because 25% for dungeons kind of sucks. Moving on to the next one, we have Stock the Broken. Another champion that was a fusion quite a while ago, right? I've told you can make a pretty damn amazing strat for arena. A lot of you guys laughed, saying, nah, just for arena, it's not going to be that great. You know how many top accounts are using him for strats in arena now? Speed aura for all battles, poisons and HP burn he gets to increase their cooldown with A1. Attacks all enemies. The first hit instantly activates poison and HP burns. What really makes him solid is the fact that ignores block damage and unkillable. So he counters Marichkas. That's basically the main thing. And he doesn't even need to place anything himself. He doesn't even need to activate the burn himself. Other champions can do it and it's still working. So very solid. I actually just fully booked mine the other day and I'm going to get him up and running. Moving on to the next champion that we have on the list, guys. Elva. I love her, okay? I absolutely love her. And I gotta be honest, guys. When she got released, yeah, she looked great, but she wasn't that special in any particular content, right? So I wasn't the biggest fan. But now with the Chimera, absolutely freaking amazing. Like, she is the GOAT in my opinion. If you want to complete as many trials as possible, You definitely need her in your team if you don't have Galatir, the best option after Galatir. Speed aura for all battles, the clans, the block debuffs, the increased speed, which is very helpful with trials. The revive on a 3-turn cooldown. This is what matters the most. You have the passive, which is nice. The continuous heals from her. Absolutely amazing, amazing champion. I actually have mine built on a 9-piece protection. The next champion that we have on the list, Whittier the Crowned. Pretty solid. One of the best champions for the Shogun, especially progression-wise. Increased defense, continuous heals, activates the continuous heals. You have a cleanse, a massive healing, the A1, which has a chance to land Leech AoE. Very good passive as well. Super tanky too. Overall, a very, very solid support champion. The next one is Lady of Irate. Not gonna lie, I would love a Lady of Irate. So, considering that I don't have her, and she used to be the worst legendary in the game, and after the buff, she's actually quite nice. I would 100% love one. Removes all debuffs from a target ally, heals them. If the target ally is not fully healed, places a block damage buff. If the ally is fully healed, fills their thermometer, and heals all allies equal to 50% of the surplus heal, and the heal can be critical. And Strengthen, continuous heal on all allies, and decreases the cooldown of all ally skills except the champion by 1 turn on a 3-turn cooldown. Really, really nice skill right here. That's mainly why I would like to get one. Who knows? I might YOLO my ancient shards, but I'm pretty far off from the Mercy. Then we have Sir Nicholas, guys. I mean, he was in the Titan event. He's really not good, no matter how you put it. You can argue it and say, oh my god, I've made this strat that works amazing in Gold 4 and smashes all of the bot accounts. He's just not good. He's a progression champion. He lost a lot of value. He used to be one of the best champions in the game in the past. So we do gotta give credit where it's due. This shield used to be crazy. The Spider Dan dungeon used to be so hard on stage 20 because we barely had any champions to allow us to get there. His shield was so big that you used to absolutely obliterate the Spider with him, and just in clan boss and other content. So definitely still good for progression, but he's nothing special anymore. Then moving on to the next one. That's where I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Senna Amberheart. She is the GOAT for the Chimera when you're trying to push a lot of damage. So Elva is great when you're trying to push a lot of trials. Senna is amazing when you're trying to push a lot of damage, and that's mainly because of the passive, which will give so much thermometer. Your champions will take so many turns, and you're gonna get to just pump damage. So I'm really not sure for which one of them I'm going to try to go. Either for her, most likely I'm gonna try to go for her, and that's just for the simple fact that if sometimes I need to push a lot of damage, I feel like she's going to help me the most. I'm personally not pushing a lot of damage in the Chimera because I'm pushing trials. So my average per trials is around 15 to 17 trials per run on Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare. Because a lot of you guys are asking me, Skratch, how do you have so many relics? Because I'm doing trials. I'm getting materials every single week. That's basically the main thing everybody should do. Then we have Raka. I would like a Raka as well. She's actually pretty solid for Chimera 2 and very good for the siege mode when we're talking about Orcs conditions. Plus, I do have a 6-star soul for her. Speed aura for all battles, thermometer with the passive, revive with block debuffs, thermometer, increase attack, shield, you know. So definitely not a bad champion whatsoever. This is what we have going on for the next few couple of days, to be honest. I was gonna say this summoning event, but it won't actually be a specific summoning event like a Summon Rush or Champion Chase tournament. Well, now we know exactly what they are planning to bait us really, really hard before the fusion. So make sure you guys stay strong, especially if you would like to get a Halloween fusion done. Now, we don't know if he's going to be a good champion, but most likely we will find out in the next couple of days. So stay tuned. As usual, appreciate all of you guys watching. Much love, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.